So this is a look at the back side of this outlet mall. And I kind of feel like that moment with Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vacation where you got to run because we're the first ones here. And he was just running. But I don't know what they're going to do with this, but there's only one row out of all the other rows. But they're spending all this money re-roofing it. And I don't know, the front part of that, I'm not sure if it needs to be re-roofed. Maybe it's just the flat part on top where it was leaking, but they're also repainting this. It seems like a lot of money that they're spending. And I get it, it's to entice vendors and shops, retail, stuff like that, but everybody's left. Who's gonna move in something like this now? So now these stores, I can't even tell what was here anymore. Some sort of department store there of some sort. Just thought we'd walk through here and see if there are any remnants as far as signage or anything about any stores being here. It's like they're refurbishing some of it. Like this is some roofing material. Some of the tin roof. I was hoping there would be something on the doors saying what store was what. Absolutely empty. This was a water fountain here that's now got grass grown over it. Do you remember that? There's no more water in there. Every one of these is empty. We saw one that was called Beauty Brands.
No, Beauty by Mary or something.
Beauty by Mary or something like that. That absolutely had a waterfall right in through there. I wonder if there's anything. Don't know what that is. Something from the roof maybe. See if this sign said anything over here. It's just Gainesville factory shops. Right there. Absolutely no indication of any store whatsoever. Now this is in Gainesville, Texas. It's right in between, you know, some major cities, I guess. One large one for Oklahoma, Ardmore, Oklahoma. But a lot of people would come from Oklahoma City to Dallas, Texas. So this is also something from Denton, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. But people would come to this outlet mall and shop and get some really good deals. There's some shelving in there, but can't tell what the store is. And here's a sign. There's nothing on that sign. But a lot of people from Oklahoma would come down here because there used to be a tax-free weekend right before back to school time, and they would get good deals on clothing. That window's kind of dirty. Can't tell if there's something back there. Something. Easy Spirit? What is that store, Sarah? Shoes. So at least we have one store that has kind of a name thing back there. It's another spot where a sign would have been. And another waterfall area there. Completely gone. And broken at the top. This says VF Outlet. What was that?
I think that was like women's underwear.
Women's underwear? Huh.
Like a...
They've got wires or something hanging. Guess that was a cash register area there. Pretty good sized store. Nothing left though. It's hard to believe, but this used to be packed with people. Oklahoma passed a law where they started having a tax-free weekend. I think it put a dent in this, but all malls are kind of suffering, but not sure why this one doesn't still have shops in it and business. Just talking about the Gainesville Area Chamber of Commerce. These things are being gutted. Like, you can tell this was two different shops there, and the drywall's just been ripped from it. At the same time, if you look at the ceiling up there, it looks like they've had some water damage in there, and it's just kind of fell in, damaged the tile in the wall. There's some mold right up there on the ceiling. A little bit of black mold right there. There's nothing in these shops at all. Look at that. A little advertisement saying, while in Gainesville, visit the Frank Buck Zoo and Morton Museum. That's still here in Gainesville. This is long gone. Just trash bags and leftover construction stuff. Oh, this says piercing in there, ear piercing. I wonder if this was an old Claire's. Like a Claire's outlet right here. Which that in itself is gone now. When's the last time this inspection on this? It looks like it was done August 2013. If you look right there for that fire hydrant inspection. So that kind of shows you how long that particular store has been abandoned or empty. Restrooms and telephones. Little empty sign there. It's a water fountain. Some wood floors in there. I wish I could remember what was in these.
There was a Nike store in one of these inns like this.
Yeah, I think there was a Nike store.
It was here like one of the longest.
Here's another one of the water fountains just filled with grass and weeds. Look at that little light right there falling down. It's just hanging on by wires. It's not bolted on at all. That sign, I don't know if they've painted over that or if all the paint's just flaked off and peeled. It kind of looks like they painted over it black. And then this sign is damaged and busted right there. And then there were these signs right here told you which stores were down this aisle and which side. Absolutely nothing in that though either. Oh, right up there, Vanity Fair. That's what that VF was, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Vanity Fair, Lee, and Wrangler. It's not there anymore. But the shopping center itself's in good shape. There's just nothing in it though. And this over here, I can't remember if that was a Chili's or an Applebee's. Maybe at one time it was like a black-eyed pea or something. But it's kind of empty and gone as well. I see this counter right there. Pretty nice little display counter though. It's all dusty and empty in there. There would have been a sign up there. It's gone. And they have those LED bulbs, or those, what are those bulbs called? Not halogen. Fluorescent. Those bulbs up there are those newer fluorescent or LED ones. Another store. Just tons of stores, and this is pretty big. That's a big store right there. It's completely empty. No indication at all what that store was. You can see the display windows here where they would have had clothes or something. I don't know if that's like an Old Navy or something that they had up through there. Maybe that was the Nike store. And they just kind of had the shoes and the posters and mannequins right there in the window. So I think they've painted the outside of this, maybe. Try to fix it up and entice people to renting it. See, there's a lot of tiles down. I don't know, it seems like it could be the Nike store. Little counter over there. Then there was a pond right over there. There's nothing in that map. There's not anything in any of these maps. There's definitely display windows though, isn't it? It's a huge store.
Either on this one or that one over there. I know it was like...
I bet you this was Nike, because there's like hooks for posters or something like that. You know that they have those promos that might have a basketball player or something. The lights are on over there. Now we're hearing music, but we don't know. There's a Cracker Barrel right next door to this. So I don't know if the music's coming from the Cracker Barrel or what. It's another store. Just empty. Bought a lot of stuff here, from shoes to dress clothes to jeans, shirts, cooking utensils, all kinds of stuff here. Now it's coming from this, isn't it? Yeah, there's still music playing in this area. Once again, there's a waterfall, but that one's actually got plants in it. Some big old yucca or aloe or something, some kind of plants growing out of it. But it used to just be water pouring out of that. That's funny. Speakers playing music right there. I'm probably gonna get dinged on YouTube there. Nothing in this store. That says caramel apples over here. Oh, look here, Sarah. There's a bunch of signs. Look at all these signs right here. My Little Cupcake, Management Office, Texas Rib Rangers, Ironworks Comics. What is that? RSI Toys? Rye Game Arcade? I didn't know they had an arcade here. Did you? That Reebok. Sunglasses. This would have been double-sided Van Heusen. There's kind of some arrows telling you where that stuff was. There's a Gap outlet. Kitchen collection. Rocky Mountain chocolate. Veronica's Mexican food. All of that. those things would have been in this sign right there. So that's pretty neat to see those still here. And there's another pile of them right there. This says cappuccino right there. And up on that wall, something chocolate factory. Look at all that right there. Price per pound and stuff. So the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. Wow. Still got nice tile in there and everything. So the deal is with this, I used to come down here with my grandparents and shop with them. They were in Ardmore. And they would come down here every 2 weeks and buy a lottery ticket because Oklahoma at the time didn't have a lottery. So every 2 weeks they would buy a lottery ticket and play the Texas lottery. There's a management office somewhere in there through the tinted windows. There's a map of the mall and some other things in there. They don't look like they're in there, but they had hats, all kinds of stuff in there. Really dark tint, too hard to see. More checkout counter type stuff. Just an empty store. That music is really loud. I don't know if that's like a deterrent to keep people from walking through here or what. This looks like some kind of women's clothing deal here or something. It's got pink in there and a mirror. Look at these vines growing right here. Look how thick those vines are. Growing all over this. It's kind of busting the wood up there a little bit. It's thick. I mean, these things are thick right here. Especially down at the bottom. Another waterfall. Little kids would throw pennies in there and make wishes, try to get it in that upper part. Another set of vines there. Every one of these signs are gone. Nothing on the doors. It's really loud. This is the strangest thing. So they've had all this construction going on and they've got this roofing material and porta potties way out there. This music blaring. The only car in the parking lot is our car. There's nothing else.
Looks like a candy store.
Candy store? Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. That candy store. You think that's candy?
No.
Or is that beans? So this must have been like the cooking store or whatever. But it still has the beans in the little display case right there. I know there's kind of a bad reflection, but those are beans in there. And then just kind of a padded counter. Lots of cases over there. Wow. It's crazy. And there's another one of those fountains. just filled with grass though. And another one of those signs right there with all the little signs that go in it right down here. Just like that. There's nothing in there. It's actually kind of crooked and bent. I don't know what was on the corner of this. I never would have thought this mall would have went under, did you? I mean, we're talking packed solid with people all the time, but especially back to school time. I don't know what that was either. If you're watching this video and you know what any of these stores were or where, maybe you worked at it, leave a comment below, because I can't remember at all. I came to this quite a bit, but not enough to where I memorized where the stores were. This little cage deal right there is something that would have went over the top of that light right there to keep it from being busted. So when it's just sitting there, some mirrors there. It's just hard to tell what was where. I was hoping as we looked in the stores there might be signs, but what, we've only seen 2 signs so far, I guess. Bunch of display racks. This says Bass. Yeah. So at least we know what that one was. I wonder if that, did that have a map on it when we drove past? Wow, that's a big store right there. I don't know what this was. It's massive compared to the others. Look how big that is. Yeah, I bet you that's a tool that they use to cut this sheet metal for the roof, because they've got a lot of roofing material in there. And that's some kind of tool where they cut the roof material to put on there, shape it and all. That was a big store, whatever this was. See if there's something that was. You can see our car way over there. We're the only ones here. Parked on the back side. We just drove around just to see if there were any other stores. See, there's nothing in this. This used to be your map of what was where. So no skateboarding, rollerblading, or bike riding. It's a perfect place though. Now there's no people. See, they've yet to install some of that sheet metal roofing up there where those pigeons are at. They've put it over there. Used to be this color right over there. So they're updating it. And I'm not sure, yeah, I have no idea what for. I mean, there's, at this point, when it's this empty, nothing's gonna go in here. Which is sad. 'Cause I remember when this was built and it was brand new. Oh, this says Burks Outlet. Famous brands, lowest prices every day. I don't even remember a Burks Outlet, do you? So these workers, they've left all their stuff out here, these screws and different things. Yeah, look at this. You probably lay that down first. And then they make their cuts on it, on what they need right there. But you can see how big that Burks was. It's massive. This used to be solid cars out here though, even though it was on the back side. I know, it might be security, I don't know. So that says Market Days, Liberty Crossing, Gainesville, Texas. Right there, Building 2, Market Days, Liberty Crossing. Well, that truck might be passing by because they're curious about the same thing we are, but nowhere does it say no trespassing. And there is one shop that's open right over there, so it's interesting. They've got these posters on the window, I guess to make it look like there's something. This is on the back side, so I don't know why they would put this on the back side. They may have some on the front side as well. Oh, here's a map. Look at that map. Let's go take a look at this map. There's a pigeon on that light right there. It's so weird to hear music in this and know that it's abandoned. So yeah, there's a map here, but it doesn't say. It only talks about what's left, doesn't it? So in this, there's the Beauty Mart, which is right over there. And then it says the 1025 collection, Infinity Rain. And that's it. The rest, it says restrooms, visitor center, entertainment area, visitor drop-off, food truck yard, outdoor seating, parking. There's a beer garden. I mean, there it's telling where Hampton Inn and the Cracker Barrel are. Hampton Inn's right there. There's nothing else in the rest of that though. I don't know if they're gonna make office buildings or what. So that's the Beauty Mart right there. Whatever that is. Music playing through this part as well. But there's not going to be anything here. Look how nice those are though. So I don't know what their plans are here. But they got this one here. It's got plants in it. I mean, you can tell this was a fountain and kids used to throw their coins in it because right there it says your donations will support local charities. Nothing here. There's more plants here though. And the grass is mowed. I don't know if we can see anything through the windows in this or not. See some exit signs that are lit up in the back. It's like they're making that into one big place there, or maybe it was before, I don't know. And check out these things they made out of the crates. I don't know if they've had like a haunted house here or what. Still got trash bags in the trash cans. I guess those are just display walls, because if you look here, something wooden there. It's just a map of the mall. Oh, Beauty Mart. It's advertising Beauty Mart, if you can see there. Try to put my hand there so there's not a reflection. And it says Beauty Mart, shop our store. So I guess they had something going on in here. Here's a picnic bench right there. There's tables and chairs in there. There's even some shirts in there. See that? The shirts right there, and there's some products on there. So maybe they had a sort of a flea market type thing here. Because look at all those things right there. It's a bunch of like, I don't know if that's wrought iron or what, but metal signs of some sort on that wall. It's kind of hard for me to see. It actually shows up better on the camera than it does for me trying to look through with a reflection. And some clothing there. Infinity Rain, that's what we saw on that sign. And they actually have a sign hanging. I think this is the only store that has a sign hanging. And it says they're closed. But this is the front part right here. So this is some sort of live open concert area maybe. And then there, I guess this is where the food trucks were, when they have food trucks like it said. This stuff wasn't here before when it was just the outlet mall. I remember traveling one time. I was coming down this interstate heading south on I-35, and I had an old Ford. I say old, but it was a early 90s model, 94, and the timing belt went out on it, and so I had just enough momentum to pull into this parking lot, getting off at the exit. And of course, luckily, there's this Glenn Ford dealership right over there, Glenn Polk Ford. So I called AAA, and they literally towed it less than a mile right over there to have the timing belt changed. And it was kind of at an unfortunate time when there was a family member that had passed away, so I was on the way to a funeral. So I had to have my brother, who lives further down south in Texas, come up and drop off a rental car for me, and then leave my car there for a few days to get repaired. Went on to the funeral. You can see some tables right over there. And these trucks and this stuff right here, they're parked right where the Cracker Barrel is. Otherwise, there's nothing there. Oh, I just noticed that I completely skipped this shop over here. Mesmerized by that shop, but it has a sign on it, which I guess is the other shop that we saw on the map over there. That explains why there's one map left of one aisle, but that says that 1025, and it's another store. It's kind of doing some window shopping. I don't know. Boutique type stuff, candles, bags. So they're trying to do something with this outlet mall. Music's going. And they've got a few shops just on this one aisle. But I don't know. It's got a long ways to go before they actually do something with it that's going to be sustaining. Like I said, this was a huge outlet mall. Guess you could look on the website and see this Liberty thing and see when these beer gardens are going on, but to me this will always be the Gainesville Outlet Mall. Now these little RV camping deals or whatever here, power boxes and water, this was probably here all along because they're all old looking and bent and stuff like that. But I can't say I ever paid attention to this side of the mall. You know, you just kind of, we always parked in the front, maybe on the side, but not this side. This is the southern side. But I'm sure these boxes were always here. Still here. Obviously the water doesn't work anymore because that pump handle's up and it's not running or anything, but someone tried to test it. Was a restaurant here right in front of the mall. Oh, it says Applebee's. That's what it is. I couldn't remember if it was an Applebee's or a Chili's or something like that. I'm gonna get out and see what's left of this Applebee's. Not sure why this case is all the way over here outside of this Applebee's. It doesn't look like something that belongs to Applebee's. Looks like something that came from the outlet mall. Looking inside there, you can see the bar. There's no tables left or anything. It's kind of the shell. Even the TVs, you can see where the TVs were at on the wall because it's been painted around it. It's no longer there. Just an empty Applebee's. Neighborhood Applebee's. Okay, we just figured out that this Applebee's has moved just down the road that way. You can see that apple right there. That's the new Applebee's. Now, a long time ago when this mall opened up, that was a barbecue place. That's just been refurbished. That hotel there, and I don't know, that might be a theater there now, I'm not sure. Those weren't there. It was just kind of a barbecue place down there, and I can't remember what it was called. But you could see like where they were smoking the meats in there, if anyone knows. Now that would have been in the 80s, maybe 87, 88. Can't remember if it's called Colton's Barbecue or what. If you remember, leave a comment down below. It definitely wasn't an Applebee's all the time.